Have you ever noticed how big the livestock in the US are? This is because much of our livestock are fed hormones to grow faster and bigger. What is most concerning is that many of these hormones are actually banned in other countries because they are not considered as safe for human consumption. Why then are these hormones still accepted and utilized in the United States? The US is known to exhibit more leniency in terms of food regulation than in other countries. The US Food and Drug Administration, in particular, should be responsible for protecting the public's health. But instead, health takes a back seat in our capitalist economy as the drive of industry leaders to make more money takes precedence. This careless mindset is negatively affecting the health of the US population. Several hormones, such as recombinant bovine growth hormone, corticotropin-releasing hormone, zeranol, and other xenobiotics have already been associated with causing health disorders and increasing the risk of getting certain kinds of cancers. The FDA needs to enforce stricter regulations on the growth of meat and dairy products, or implement policies that will ensure the health and safety of consumers and future generations. Until this happens, consumers should be aware of the dangers these hormones present and make appropriate lifestyle choices to promote their health. Together, we can take a stand and promote healthy living. Now let's hear from some of our leading growth hormone experts.
Here's a chilling picture. Cartons of milk stocked in refrigerators across America. We are taught from a young age that a healthy meal is not complete without a nice tall glass of cold milk. However, every time men and women alike pour a glass to meet their daily dairy needs, they're serving up themselves a dose of a cancer-causing agent. In order for the dairy industries to meet the needs of consumers, they administer recombinant bovine growth hormone, commonly known as RBGH, to their livestock to increase the cow's milk production. The FDA approves the use of this drug as the little remnants that are left are not active inside the human body after pasteurization. But the danger comes from what this drug does inside the human body. It increases the production of a hormone found to increase rates of prostate cancer in men and breast cancer in women. If you truly are a health-conscious individual, you won't be so quick to pour that glass of milk at dinner.
Perhaps you believe that this doesn't apply to you. You're lactose intolerant and don't drink milk. However, don't assume that your dietary habits exempt you from exposure to this health concern. Think about it this way. It's Friday night and you've made plans with a bunch of your girlfriends to go to the new steakhouse in town. And maybe even order a few drinks. It's well deserved and let's be real, you all need a night of play and freedom. And sit down at the table. The waiter hands you all menus featuring their steaks with the assurance that they're farm fresh. Is this really reassuring? What the waiter didn't tell you is that these farm fresh cows were treated with zeranol. Zeranol is used as a growth-promoting agent in livestock. You may think, so what? I eat food that's probably treated with antibiotics and I'm fine. Think again. One of your friends joining you on your night out is pregnant. You all know that she can't drink. But what about the steak? Studies have shown that zeranol in livestock is associated with early delivery and fetal development disruption. Since we're thinking about future generations, let's take some time to consider young girls who are exposed to beef containing zeranol. Studies unveil that zeranol may exert anti-estrogenic effects, which means that girls tend to be shorter and less likely to reach the onset of breast development. Stricter FDA regulations regarding growth hormones will let you enjoy your night out and ensure a healthy future by alleviating these health concerns for the environment.
Unfortunately, it has become common industry practice to inject cows with growth hormones like genistein, trenbolone, progesterone, and more, which are now collectively called xenobiotics. These have been in use for years, and yet a limited number of studies have been conducted regarding their possible harmful effects on human health. However, almost all of the studies that have been conducted have found significant correlations between consumption of beef by pregnant women and their future son's sperm count being dangerously low.
One way to combat these risks is with education initiatives to inform consumers of what they are buying and the risks associated with them. Nutrition classes that include information on the health risks of hormones should be offered at local community centers to inform the public. Another suggestion would be implementing transparency policies that require companies to label their meat products accordingly with all the hormones used to treat their livestock. Finally, a nationwide campaign to inform the public should be launched, with public service announcements, flyers at doctors' offices, and at grocery stores, reminding the public about the effects of these hormones.
U.S. regulation on hormone and antibiotic use in livestock is in many ways lacking. While the full effects of these hormones are not known, what is known about them is not all that promising in regards to consumer health. Until there's a change in regulations set forth by the FDA, we recommend that consumers educate themselves on the possible risks and be conscious of their eating habits and the food they buy.